Hey everybody, I'm Jebediah420. Welcome back, another one of my videos. Today's video is going to be a little different because I'm just going to be talking. And by that I mean I'm going to address what's going on right now between FTC and YouTube and how they might affect Nerf channels. So if you don't know this or remember, YouTube was fined $170 million in September by the FTC for violating COPPA by gathering personal information off of kids' videos for targeted ads. YouTube declared they will be making sweeping changes to children content on YouTube, which is what we are here to talk about today. So here we are on tubefilter.com. I will leave a link in the description below, so if anybody else wants to get to this site, they can. It has a lot of questions and answers. But other than that, let's get to it. So what is COPPA and what's it got to do with me? COPPA is a 1998 U.S. law that restricts operators of a website and online services from collecting the personal information of an under 13 user without parental permission. Its original goal was to prevent kids from giving out their names, addresses, and phone numbers and data online that could put them in danger from online predators. However, in 2013, the FTC amended COPPA, broadening the scope to expand the definition of operators to include creators who publish on ad-assisted platforms like YouTube, and to expand the definition of personal information to include the persistent identifiers such as web cookies, and which advertisers rely on to run ads matched to an appropriate audience, colloquially known as targeted ads or personalized ads. For 6 years, this amendment was never enforced against YouTube creators. However, as part of the aforementioned settlement with YouTube, the FTC has stated that they intend to start enforcing the regulations on creators individually. So in practice, that means as of January 1st of 2020, all content creators will have to designate whether or not each of their videos is directed to children, aka kid-directed or aka child-directed, by checking a box during the upload process. Checking that box will prevent the video from running personalized ads. Newly uploaded videos aren't the only ones creators will have categorized. Per the FTC's current settlement, every single video on every single channel must be categorized, including all previously uploaded videos. That amounts to millions of hours of content, which must be manually reviewed by tens of thousands of creators to see if the content meets a number of the factors that would make it directed to children. YouTube has notified creators about the impending changes and published preliminary information about it on YouTube support forum, but plenty of individuals and organizations are still unclear about the broad strokes and idiosyncrasies of the new protocol. So what exactly does kid-directed mean? Well, kid-directed might seem self-explanatory at first if you're thinking about Baby Shark or the latest Ryan's World video, but it's frustratingly vague term. Plenty of adult creators make the content that could, by someone somewhere, like one of the 10,000 contracted humans hired somewhere in the world to review YouTube content, be designated as appealing to kids, even if creators didn't intend for kids to watch it. The exact definition of kid-directed is entirely based on the discretion of the FTC and determined by the evaluating the given video against 10 factors, including the subject matter of the site or service, the video's visual content, the videos of animated characters or child-oriented activities and incentives, music or other audio content in the video, age of the models featured in the video, presence of a child celebrity or celebrities who appeal to children in the video, language or other characteristics of a website or online service, and whether advertising, promoting, or appearing on the website or online service is directed to children. What's more is the FTC wants to expand the above criteria to also encompass child-attractive content, which would even more broadly include anything that children might be interested in, considering anything from toy reviews or anything from cartoon or animated programming to Draw My Life videos, Minecraft videos, or Let's Plays. The bottom line is if you make content that is intended for teens, adults, but also contains elements from the FTC's list of 10 factors that might appeal to kids under 13, you're in danger of being demonetized and starting at the beginning of the new year. Okay, so like I said before, we're here to talk about how this will affect our Nerf content creators and our Nerf content to come. So we have a lot of questions to address, like number 1, is Nerf content for kids? Number 2, what happens to my channel if I say it's not for kids? Number 3, what happens to my channel when I say it is for kids? And number 4, what do I do about the impending changes to come? Alright, so remember, all this information is just what I know so far and what I've researched these last few weeks. This is all very vague still, and YouTube community is still freaking out. We don't have any definite answers, and we 100% do not know what's going to happen yet. Here's some information and ideas I've gathered myself so far. Also, I'm going to include a link below in the description for the full FTC COPA conference for anyone else who wants to check it out. Alright, so question 1. Is Nerf content for children? Well, let's start with, how old is a kid? The age of a kid in the United States is defined as anyone under the age of 13. However, the age of a kid may be higher in other countries, so consider the factors described above as appropriate given how a kid is defined in applicable laws in your country, and consult legal counsel if you have any additional questions. Okay. Now let's say, well, okay, my content's not made for kids, but it's also not made for adults. What if my content is applicable to a wide audience, but not specifically to children? Okay, so they left us a note here. As a creator, you know your videos and your audience best, and it is your legal responsibility to comply with COPPA, meaning it doesn't matter. We'll get into it in a second, but you have to choose on if it's for kids or adults. There really isn't no in between, kind of, you know. If you want to do in between, you're just going to have to go individually through your videos and click on which ones are for adults and which ones are for kids, and it's up to you to decide on which ones are. So let's try and decide on if Nerf content is for kids. Okay, so we're moving into the first one here. Subject matter: educational content. Would you not say modification videos and tutorials? Nerf mods and Nerf tutorials, that's not educational content, so for kids. Alright, now whether children are your intended or actual audience for the video. So even if they are not your intended audience, you are using Nerf guns. So those were made for kids, meaning your intended audience is probably for kids. Again, let's move on. Whether it includes child actors or models, or let's say child actors. So that means your son, daughter, nephew, anyone you have opening or playing with your Nerf guns with you that are children in your videos, that means you have children videos. Here's another one. Whether the video includes toys that appeal to children. Well, of course, Nerf guns appeal to children, so it's for children. And here's the last one. Whether the video includes activities that appeal to children. Well, of course, Nerf activities appeal to children. So, in conclusion, yes, your Nerf content is for children. Alright, question 2. What if I choose my content is not for kids anyway? So let's take a step back and check out this note. As a creator, you know your videos and your audience best, and it is your legal responsibility to comply with COPPA and other applicable laws and designate your content accurately. So if you fail to categorize your content correctly, there may be consequences on YouTube. Additionally, there may be legal consequences under the COPPA Act. Let's move forward here. Now, this is a website from the FTC government about questions and answers on COPPA and all this stuff like that. I will leave a link in the description below so you can get more information for yourself. But anyways, here we are. What are the penalties for violating the rule? Now, a court can hold operators who violate the rule liable for civil penalties up to $42,530 per violation. That means per video. The amount of civil penalties a court assesses may turn on a number of factors, including egregiousness of the violation, whether the operator has previously violated the rule, the number of the children involved, and the amount of type of personal information collected. How the information was used, whether it was shared with third parties, the size of the company, information about the FTC's COPPA enforcement actions, including the amount of civil penalties obtained, can be found by clicking on the Case Highlights link in the FTC's Business Center. So as you can see, in conclusion for question 2, it could be a serious liability and just a plain old bad idea to set your channel to not for kids if you're a Nerf channel. Alright, so question 3. What happens when I set my content to as made for kids? So let's see what they have here in the YouTube help. Starting in January, we limit the data that we collect on made for kids content to comply with the law. This means that we will start disabling certain features like comments, notifications, and others. Note, you may see some small changes as we experiment and refine our systems over the next few months. Most importantly, we won't serve personalized ads on made-for-kids content as required by the U.S. Children's Online Privacy Protection Act and other applicable laws. Not serving personalized ads on made-for-kids content may result in a huge decrease in revenue for some creators who mark their content as made for kids. We recognize that this won't be easy for some creators, but these are important steps to take to ensure compliance with COPPA and other applicable laws. So, we're going to read forward to show you other features that are all going to be taken away. Starting January, when you set your audience as made for kids, we'll restrict certain features to comply with the U.S. Children's Online Privacy Protection Act and other applicable laws. When it happens to the following features won't be available to the individual videos or live streams. So you're going to lose personalized advertising. So people who are going to be, you won't get recommended to your videos. You're going to lose comments, channel memberships, channel branding watermark, your donate button, info cards and end screens. That means no like subscribe to my channel or check my next video at the end of the video. You're going to lose your live chat and your chat donations. You're going to use the playback and mini player, the super chat and the super stickers. You're not going to be able to save your videos to a playlist, and you're not going to be able to have a YouTube merch shelf. So usually, as a Nerf creator, all your videos are going to be made for kids. So why not set your channel as made for kids? Well, they're going to probably blacklist you. That's why. So starting in January, if your channel is made for kids, your videos, live streams won't have any of the features above. Also, you won't have the following. You will lose out on channel stories, your community tab and your channel page, and the notification bell, so people won't get notified when you post your videos. So they're pretty much leaving all the content creators in the dark here if you set your videos as for kids. So in conclusion to following the COPPA Act, as you can see, we're subjected to being blacklisted. Question 4, what do we do about these impending changes? Well, personally, I don't know. I'm still pretty scared, and I feel horrible for the millions of other YouTube content creators being affected by this. Many are ready to quit or move platforms. Some still say hold on. I really don't know personally. Like, what does this mean for Aaron Esser? What does this mean for Lord Drac or Captain Xavier or any other our major nerfers? Or what about major YouTubers like PewDiePie or Ninja? What does this mean for smaller channels like me trying to grow? I don't know what this is going to do. I don't know how this is going to affect YouTube or the Nerf community. Leave your opinions, your questions, your comments below. Thanks again for coming to watch this video. I'm Jebediah420. I'll see you guys.